Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into 180 Life Sciences' latest filing. And let me tell you, it's a bit of a roller coaster. There's a lot of change and moving of funds. It's kind of like watching a band-aid being ripped off. But hey, someone's got to do it before we get started. If you're into getting the real story from these kinds of reports, hit that subscribe button. Also, join our awesome Discord community. The link is in the description below. First up, Jake Goodman, a member of the board of directors, resigned in June. It wasn't because he and the company disagreed on anything, he just up and left. When he resigned, they made a release agreement where they released him from obligations. The company paid him some money. About $7,500 was for his services on the board. Then there was about $37,000. That's how much he would have received had he stayed on the board till the end of the year, and an extra $54,000 on top of that. In exchange for all this money, Mr. Goodman agreed to keep company info secret and not to try to steal away employees. He had some stock that hadn't fully become his yet because they were vesting, meaning getting released over time. That totaled 65,000 shares and he forfeited those as part of the agreement, meaning he gave them back to the company. Because Mr. Goodman left, the original job offer letter he signed last year was cancelled. There were no early penalties for this termination as far as they reported. To be clear, Mr. Goodman's leaving wasn't due to fighting with the company about how things are being run. Moving on, the company created something called the 2025 Option Incentive Plan. This plan lets employees, officers, directors, and consultants to have options to either buy incentive stock options or non-qualified stock options. They said basically the plan will set aside about I million shares of common stock for awards. This is meant to motivate their team. It looks like the common stock, which is the stock available to the public, has a trading symbol ATNF. There's also a warrant to purchase shares. This is a kind of contract that lets investors buy shares at a certain price, and it has the symbol ATNFW. Everything trades on the Nasdaq stock market. The vesting of 160,000 shares of restricted stock issued to Blair Jordan, the chief executive officer, was sped up. Instead of waiting until next year, he got all the shares in June. Also, Blair Jordan, our CEO, got options to buy 410,000 shares. Eric R. Van Lent, the chief accounting officer, got options to buy 25,000 shares. These options let them buy stock at 0.929 ASR per share, which was the price of the company stock on the Nasdaq back in June. They need to stay with the company to get full vesting. The company also handed out some restricted stock in June. Blair Jordan got 179,646 shares. Eric Van Lent got 8,763 shares. Again, the vesting would happen in stages, needing these guys to keep working for the company. The company also changed Blair Jordan's employment terms using a consulting agreement. There's an older agreement dated back in February, but in June, a new agreement replaced it. Cavalier Jordan will continue as chief executive officer under this agreement. He'll be paid $240,000 per year for his services. If the company does some huge deal of $100,000 or more, his pay would go up to $350,000 per year. He might get a bonus of up to 100% of his salary or nothing. It's kind of up to what the higher ups decide. If Mr. Jordan is terminated with good reason, which has a specific definition in the report, he's entitled to a bunch of stuff. 2 times the annual fee. All his equity that wasn't vested yet will be vested, and 2 times any unpaid annual cash bonus. Plus, if he is terminated without good reason from the company, he's on the hook to not compete with the company for a period of 1 year, as spelled out in great detail in their agreement. Finally, the shares of 3 members of the board of directors, Stephen H. Shoemaker, Dr. Lawrence Steinman, and Ryan Smith, also had their shares vesting sped up, so they would receive them fully in June of this year. The non-executive board members were also offered opportunities to purchase stocks options. Ryan Smith can purchase 255,000 shares. Stephen H. Shoemaker can purchase 190 shares per share back in June, and Chu 9 to 5 has 165,000 shares. And Dr. Lawrence Steinman can purchase 10,000 shares. Again, these options let them buy stock at the price of 90.29 IAS per share. Back in June, restricted stocks were also granted in June to the non-executive directors. Ryan Smith got 109,141 shares. Stephen H. Shoemaker got 72,298 shares. This incentivizes these members to give their best counsel to the company. And okay, let's zoom out and look at the takeaway. There has been a lot of action surrounding executive compensation. A director left, but payments were facilitated. There are also new stock incentives for both executives and remaining board members, with vesting happening right away. What looks a little suspicious is that all these changes and the speed up of vesting schedules seem a little fast. I'd be wondering if the company knows something we don't and is doing everything it can to retain the executives while it still can. Another consideration is the reliance on Blair Jordan himself. Though I'm sure he is great, as the company is very adamant that he continue in his role for the foreseeable future. Key person risk is a known reality and can materially and adversely affect the company. The agreement also seems very generous to Blair Jordan with its large benefits, so the board would need to be aware of the liabilities. So there's my breakdown of 180 Life Sciences' latest filing. What do you think about all these changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this helpful, hitting that like button would really help me out. Also, be sure to subscribe for similar deep dives, and don't forget to join our Discord, link down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.